Last question on time management, sorry.
Hi, Tom. Richard Nick on Stillwater, Minnesota. My question
Where in Minnesota?
Stillwater?
Still, where is that?
30 minutes outside of Minneapolis.
Okay, cool. Got it.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Like lakes?
We live on the St. Clair River, which was the first federally protected river in the United States.
You live in heaven.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. All my partners are all from Minneapolis.
Great.
Yeah.
My
He's like,
question.
yeah, I'm here. That was very non-Minnesota. He was like, oh, okay, let's go.
You betcha.
Yeah. It's like a butcher friend or a wood chipper for a little bit of money.
Sure. Keep it moving.
Yeah. Sorry, did you have a question?
I think I do. So, we talked earlier, and it's been very prevalent in the last couple of days, no like and trust. What are give us a few ideas from a personal branding standpoint of what that looks like.
So some people would disagree with this, but I'm going to tell you, if you're not putting out at least 40 pieces of content every single week, but it's so noisy now on social. You know, like I used to send a tweet out, everybody would respond. Now I send a tweet out, and it's like my smallest channel, and maybe I get 30, 40, 50 something. You with me on this? Because it's just super busy. So 4 times a week. So what I would tell you is very simply, 1 day a month, you need to get in front of a camera, in a studio, ideally somebody's shooting you from this direction. You have 50 to 60 ideas. You try and create 30 to 40 pieces of content. It should be 1 to 3 minutes long. It should be everything from what you did this last weekend to the funniest deal you ever did to why most people from Minnesota don't sound like they're from North Dakota, or why are all these California people moving here? Like just everything that's going on in your life, talk about. Right? Like, I literally had a client. You cannot say their name, but they're a Beverly Hills person.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not making fun of them because they're awesome. But literally, I'm signing up with you because you put your mother-in-law on your show, and my mother-in-law lives with me, and I respect that. I was like, thanks for $30,000 for my mother-in-law. You with me? Like, that's no like and trust. But I authentically love my mother-in-law, and I get her to do like like that shit. So if you create content at scale, you will win. The bummer is you're starting late. I started in 2007. People that started in 2015 have an advantage. People that started in 18 have an advantage. People that did it in 2021 have an advantage. But don't make that your crutch. Right? Start. 1 day a week, hire a videographer, give them a bag of weed, let's go. Just film a lot of content. And then carve it up on Instagram, LinkedIn. Just play the trends. TikTok is very real. Raise your hands if you're female. Raise your hands. Raise your hands if you know someone that's female and you're over 40 years old. That's the demographic right now on TikTok. That's the demographic. Last time I checked, all the women make all the decisions. They buy all the real estate. So that's where you want to be. You're like, I don't like TikTok. No one gives a shit. You with me? TikTok, Insta, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. YouTube is still the mother lode. If you're not killing it on YouTube, like YouTube is, they say it's the second, but it's actually the third largest search engine on the planet. And if you started a weekly house market show and then everything you ever do going forward were on that, and then I would tell you, really, if you want to kill it, you start a radio program, but you'll do it like in the blog and podcast format, and you can get a local vendor to pay you to advertise and do a 4-hour Saturday morning show, and you'll go, this is a total waste of time, until a year later, when people are calling in and saying, we're thinking about doing this, and you're like, oh my God, like, I'm Oprah. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Do you want this to be organic or paid?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, but here's the deal. If you would have said to me 2 years, okay, if you're on TikTok, it's all organic. If you're on Instagram Reels, it's all organic. Everything else is pay to play now. Like, that's just the game, Richard. But here's what's great, man. You're a silver fox. You can get on that, right? How long have you been in the business?
Only 30 years.
Only 30 years. So here's your first show. 30 lessons in 30 years of real estate. You with me? And now he's got 30 pieces of content that it'll be Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, everywhere. Your YouTube channel will have it. But you and I both know you have way more than 30 lessons. So you could do like 120 lessons from 30 years, and he'd have to dig deep into the archives and go, let me tell you about the first house I sold, right? Let me tell you about the time that there was no lockbox, so I broke into the house and realized the listing was across the street. And people will be like, oh my God, like the someone would go, that was our house. It'd be awesome.
Who told you?
You with me on this? Because I can see, like, just you were playing with me, you have a personality, you gotta let it out. Everyone talks about authenticity and blah, blah, just be yourself. Be yourself. Here's the thing. There's 7.5 billion people on the planet. You don't need all of them to like you. If some people don't like you, you're winning.
Yeah.
You with me on this? You're winning. Because people are like, ugh. That's what you want. Does that make sense, Richard?
Yes, it does.
Follow Byron Lazine, follow Glenda Baker. You with me? These are all longtime clients of ours. And there's so many models now. Like, follow Zach, who's in like Delaware, who takes his flamethrower and like burns shit. People are like, you're not gonna bring the flamethrower to the listing appointment, are you? Would you like me to? You with me? Follow a bunch of people steal their stuff.
Okay.
Okay? Do you have a kid?
I have a kid.
Do you have kids?
Here's the thing about it.
They're older.
Do you have any grandkids?
No, not yet.
Then you're aware of. But there's a lot of universities by you. Get a film student, pay them in weed, and they will do lots of video for you.
I actually do have a wedding videographer that's been working with us for the last 2 years.
I have a long-time buddy, I think he's in the room, he's been talking about that forever. And that is a killer strategy, but weddings are back, so they're about to get busy. So lock them in 1 to 2 days out of the month, create a bunch of content, and then just go back and sell houses.
Guys, TikTok, YouTube.